Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Caitlin and I'm so excited today because I want to talk to you guys and give you 3 tips on preparing for the new year. Because congratulations, you have made it to December of 2021 or whenever you're watching this. Cause yeah, I want to talk about goal setting and planning for the new year. And also, like, regardless of what kind of day you are having, I just want to remind you that you have survived 100% of your bad days. You have a 100% survival rate, and I want to remind you that because you can handle anything that life throws at you because you're still here. So I just want to say that. So in preparing for the new year, I want you to know that you're not going to be able to overhaul your life in one day. That's not how that works. And what it really comes down to is your habits. So your current habits, are they helping you get to where you want to go? If you have like these big goals, is what you're doing today gonna get you there? So for when you set your New Year's resolution of like whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to build a business, if you want to lose some weight, if you want to be healthier, if you want to go back to school, college, whatever, like whatever your big goals are, you're not going to be able to achieve it tomorrow. And sometimes we get our hopes up where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat, go on this extreme diet and work out 24/7 and I'm gonna like read every single book I possibly can get my hands on. If you're even able to achieve that, like how long will you be able to sustain it? So you want to set reasonable goals, and your big goals, you want to break them down so that way it's easy to achieve them, and that comes down to your habits. So if you want to go to college, sign up for one class. If you haven't gone to college in years, don't sign up for every single class you possibly can. If you also have a full-time job, if you also have children, if you also blah, blah, blah. Like, you want to set yourself up for success. It comes down to your habits. If you want to be healthier, pick a vegetable, like eat 1 vegetable a day if you don't eat vegetables, and learn some new recipes, and drink more water, and go for a 20-minute walk on your lunch break. We need to implement good habits that are going to get us to where we want to go. Also, consistency is key, because if you eat 1 salad, 1 day, 1 time, you're not actually going to be any healthier. If you read 1 chapter of 1 book and then never pick up that book again, it's not going to make that much of an impact. Me filming 1 video right now doesn't make me a YouTuber. I have to consistently do it if I'm going to be a YouTuber. I don't know what I'm doing. But, it's what we do every day, every week, every month. It's that consistency that gets us the results that we want. So, the habits. So, read 10 pages every day. Drink a gallon of water every day. Work out every week, 3 times a week, whether you feel like it or not. Disciplining yourself and just implementing those habits that set you up for success and get you to where you want to go. That was tip number 1. Habits. And so tip number 2 that I have for you guys is set realistic and measurable goals. Since you cannot overhaul your life in one night, you need to be able to measure your progress, or else how are you going to know that you're even making any? For me, in 2018, my single New Year's resolution was to read 52 books that year. And it's because 2017 essentially rock bottom. I was just like, my mental health really sucked and I just didn't like life. And it's like, I don't know what to do. And I was watching a video on YouTube by Vishen Lakhiani, like how to become unfuckwithable. And he was talking about like leveling up your life. And I was like, it was like a light bulb moment of like, I'm tired of my life. I want to level up. I'm tired of feeling like a loser or whatever, how I felt at that time. And it was just like, I'm going to read some books. So I set a goal of 52 books in 2018. And on average, that is 1 book a week. So what I did was every book that I read, I took tons of notes, and whenever I finished a book, I'd write it on the front page of that notebook. So I kept track of every single book that I read that year, and I got a little bit behind. So in December of 2018, I read 9 books, and that is 1 book every 3 days on average until Christmas. Because I was so determined. It's like, I've read, how many did I say I needed to read? 9? I had read that far, so it was like 40 something. And I was like, I'm not gonna fail this goal. And I got so much out of it. Even if, there was, a 2-week period where I didn't read because I wasn't really interested in that book. Some weeks were better than others, but it was, consistently showing up for myself and almost reading every single day. And the books that I read, they were personal development books because I really wanted to change my mindset and change my life. And reaching that goal was just, so amazing. And it made such an impact on my mental health and on my life. I feel like if I would have been I just want to read every day. Then after one day when I'm not motivated, it's I failed, right? So saying I'm going to read every day, not setting a page amount, not making it measurable, that's setting you up for failure. You're not going to reach your goal if you're I just want to be healthier. It's cool, homie, how you going to do that? For me, it was hey, I'm going to read 52 books throughout the entire year. So breaking that down, okay, 1 book a week. And if I get behind, I can read more later. I really was just I'm tired of my life. I'm making a change. I can't read 52 books in one day. It'll have to be over a year. So 1 book a week. And it worked out really well. So I recommend your giant goals, break them down, and then keep track of them. So it's in January, okay, I want to tone up and build muscle. Cool. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get a gym membership. Okay. And then I'm going to go 3 times a week. I'm also going to eat more protein. Cool. That's my focus. You have to essentially pick one big goal. Because if you want to pick 7 big goals and make a tiny bit of progress in all of them, you're not going to see the results that you want. So you really need to be crystal clear about where you want to be and where you want to go. And that way you know exactly what habits are going to help you get there. And then, you won't be overwhelmed. If you're I'm going to build this business and, lose a ton of weight. And then, I also want to be a social butterfly. And, I also want to, do all these things. It's realistically, you can't do everything. So you have to essentially have laser focus on where you want to go. Or else you're not really going to go anywhere, because you're going to go a little bit this way, a little bit that way, and then you're going to be what? So, that's super important too. When I read 52 books, that was my only New Year's resolution that year. That's all I wanted. And you know what? I didn't focus on my health, and I gained some weight. And that was just the result of having crystal clear focus and not focusing on other areas of my life. And that's okay. Sure, balance is important. I was just determined to reach that goal. But sometimes you just have to put on your blinders and charge after that one thing that you want so badly. And other things, obviously your health is important. But other things can be a distraction if you're I want all of it right now. Tip number 3, you don't have to wait until the new year to get started. It's December. You can even softly get started now, getting a feel for what you want to do come the new year, right? And you don't have to wait until the first of the year, the first of the month. You don't even have to wait until Monday. So this year, so 2021, I did the 75-day hard challenge. I completed it. And I didn't start on a Monday or at the beginning of the month or anything. I started mid-March on a Thursday. I'm starting this Thursday, and I don't give a crap. This is what I'm doing. And part of my reason for picking that date was actually because it was how many days until June 1st? So I wanted to end on June 1st and so I was okay, March 18th, all right, let's do this, right? So it was the timing will never be perfect. No matter what, there's always going to be something inconveniencing, something goes wrong, just some excuse not to get started. But, homie, that's life. So you have to decide to get started anyways. Be hey, this is what I'm going to do, and you have to let nothing get in your way. Because it's so, you have to believe in yourself and in your goal, and then you just have to be so determined to make it happen. Because it's so easy to let your excuses get in the way. I don't feel like it today. Oh, the weather's crappy. Oh, so-and-so made me mad and now I just don't feel like it. It's excuses are hard. I deal with them. I ain't perfect, but you know what? You have to just do the things regardless. Because No one's going to hand you your dream life. And no one's going to give you a permission slip saying, hey, it's okay to go after your goals. You have to give yourself that permission slip. You have to be like, this is what I want, and I'm going to go get it, and I don't care if Aunt Sally disapproves. See ya. Like, you have to do that for yourself because it is your life. No one else has to live your life. So you need to create your own rules. You need to live your life. That's literally the purpose. And if you don't like your life, what are you doing? And guess what? It's not easy. Nothing like good is actually easy. Sometimes you have to fight for it, and it's gonna suck and it's gonna be hard, but it's so worth it. Like, don't give up on yourself. Set some goals, and guess what? If you fail, you can restart tomorrow. Like, even if you're like, hey, I'm going to eat really healthy this week, and then you go to a birthday party and ate 3 slices of cake, cool, guess I'm doing tomorrow, going back to eating healthy. Like, have that balance. But, you know, don't beat yourself up, but also just be like, hey, this is a line in the sand, and now I'm moving forward. And none of it's easy. But yeah, so, to sum up, my 3 tips are: know that you cannot overhaul your life in one night, and that your habits are what is going to get you to where you want to go. Number 2, set realistic and measurable goals. So if you want to lose 100 pounds, that's 25 pounds every 3 months, and then break that down. It's like, cool, I need to lose 7 pounds roughly on average, right? 6 to 7 pounds. Like, that would be the breakdown. So it's like every week, that's how much I need to lose. Okay, how am I going to do that? Okay, we're working out, we're eating protein, we're doing the things. And hydrating. Which you should do it. No matter what your goal is, drink some water. Tip number 3, you don't have to wait until New Year. You don't have to wait till Monday. So anytime you're watching this, like, you can start today, or tomorrow, or next Friday, whatever. But, like, you gotta get started. You gotta give yourself permission to be a beginner, to do all the things. So anyways, those are my 3 tips for preparing for the new year and just setting a realistic New Year's resolution that's not going to set you up to feel like you failed on day 3. You know? So, yeah, I hope that this is super helpful, and I hope that you can actually implement some of these things and actually think about, like, I mean, we have a month until the new year, and, like, this year has flown by so quickly. And guess what? Time ain't stopping for no one, so you might as well write down your goals, put them where you can see them every day, and go after them. So, I love you. Sure, why not? If you're watching this, I love you. Okay, well, anyways, have a beautiful day. You've got this, and I believe in you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.